Will Panasonic's newly anticipated cine camera be a true successor to the Varicam or merely a box-style mirrorless camera? There's speculation that Panasonic's upcoming cine camera will be a direct competitor to Sony's FX3, a compact, full-frame camera that's become a favourite for run-and-gun filmmakers and solo creators. But amid all this excitement, there's a question we need to ask. Was the Sony FX3 ever truly a cinema camera? Because let's be honest, for all its usefulness and popularity, the FX3 is essentially a square-bodied A7S III. It shares nearly identical internals repackaged in a fan-cool chassis and a top handle. That's not a criticism of its capability, it's a fantastic tool for filmmakers. But if we're being precise about the term cinema camera, it deserves more scrutiny. A cinema camera is supposed to be a tool designed from the ground up with narrative filmmaking in mind. This means proper I/O, modular design, thermal stability, reliable power solutions, pro-grade audio integration, and a sensor and image pipeline tuned specifically for motion storytelling, not for hybrid work. When Sony calls the FX3 part of its cinema line, it blurs the line between form factor and function, and now Panasonic is said to be entering that same zone. Rumours suggest that it won't be a S18 successor, but rather a more compact FX3 style body aimed at video-first creators. That's fine on paper, but Panasonic has a heritage to uphold. When Panasonic says cinema, the standard they should be measuring and measured against isn't the FX3. It's the Varicam, the BGH1 and the EVA 1. These are tools that more for the Varicam and EVA 1 took professional filmmaking seriously with thoughtful design and uncompromising features. So if this new camera is going to wear the cinema label, it needs to carry that spirit, not just mimic another brand's product line. A Square S5 Mark II or S1R Mark II with upgraded codecs and a timecode report does not a Varicam make. Another part of this conversation I'd like to explore is format diversity. Panasonic is one of the only companies to invest in both full-frame and Micro Four Thirds ecosystems, and that's one of their strengths, and it's something they shouldn't ignore. We've seen this dual approach with the BGH1 and BS1H and the G9 Mark II and S5 Mark II, both full-frame and Micro Four Thirds sharing the exact same body. And with the brilliant sensor we now have with the GH7, it would be a shame to see it go to waste, and especially for those invested in what still are some of the best lenses in the game, Micro Four Thirds, full frame or otherwise. These weren't just separate cameras, they were paired options for different kinds of shooters, and that parity matters. So if Panasonic is serious about re-entering the cine space with a new flagship, there also needs to be a Micro Four Thirds version. The GH7 proves that Micro Four Thirds still matters, not as an afterthought but as a part of the same strategy. When a brand invokes the idea of cinema, it shouldn't just be about marketing, it should be about intent, design and respect for the filmmaking process. If Panasonic is going to revive the cine lineup, they need to do it in the right way, by honouring their Varicam legacy, offering tools that suit a range of creators and not just repackaging a mirrorless camera and calling it cinema. Thanks for watching.